Welcome everyone to HueFin News. Today is January the 15th, 2018. This is our daily cryptocurrency market analysis where we are giving you the news according to the charts. We appreciate you all tuning in today. Before we get started, you always know that we are not investment advisors and we are not giving you investment advice, but rather we are the financial language experts of these price charts. Okay, we are the interpreters of the price bars and the volume. And by interpreting these price bars and volume, we are able to forecast where prices are likely to go. And if you guys are new to this channel, you guys can check back some of our past videos and see how accurate we have been in predicting where prices are likely to go in this brand new cryptocurrency marketplace that is just getting off the ground. And as you guys can tell on this website, the market cap is increasing, albeit today it is decreased from what it was yesterday, but it is still hovering around $700 billion. And as well, Bitcoin dominance is increasing. Yesterday is around 31%, and now today currently is around 33.8%. So we're still in that recovery phase overall in the cryptocurrency space. Some of the cryptocurrencies are not moving as drastically as they were 2 or 3 days ago, lower in price, but rather they are hovering around a certain support area. And as long as that occurs, then we are pretty much in the good for higher prices for these altcoins long term. Okay, but daily we will get into our analysis to show you guys where prices are likely to go for the cryptocurrencies that we do on a daily basis. Okay, so now looking at Bitcoin, you guys can tell from this website that they are trading up today, up 3.58%. Ethereum is down, Ripple as well is down, is in a downtrend. You guys can tell on this particular chart how Ripple is moving lower in price. They are down 3.75%. Bitcoin Cash as well is down 2.73. Cardano though is maintaining its price up 4.22%. Litecoin is down 1%. NAM as well as up. Neo is still acting very strong in the cryptocurrency space, up almost 13%. You guys can tell how massively they have been moving higher in price. Stellar is down 0.5%. IOTA as well is down. So we have a mixed bag of cryptocurrencies which are moving higher and those which are moving lower. Okay, now before we get started into our specific cryptocurrency market analysis, you all know that the market is still ongoing for today. So giving you guys our analysis now is subject to change given the fact that this particular bars or today's trading is not completed. Okay, so keep that in mind as well. So now here we are at Bitfinex website looking at Bitcoin. Currently they're up almost 4%, 3.97. Last trade was $13,895. So the market is recovering for Bitcoin. We told you that 13,000 is support, or even $12,000. I can see that being support as well. But given the precursor of strength that we have seen yesterday, the probable precursors of strength, the market is receptive to the buying that occurred yesterday currently, but we are getting stockpile in Bitcoin at this time as well. The market moved as high as $14,356. Let's move it to a 3-hour bars to see if we're getting more precursors of strength or weakness in Bitcoin. So we told you in our video yesterday that resistance for Bitcoin is around $14,400, and as you guys can tell in this particular bar, we did get stockpile as Bitcoin was trying to reach up towards 14,400, and now the market came all the way back down to 13,006. The current 3-hour bar that is forming is giving us more precursors of strength, but we're not out the woods yet. If the current 3-hour bar closes below the previous close, then expect Bitcoin to continue to move lower. But currently, as we're getting this precursors of strength bar push to go up, it looks like Bitcoin is going to at least try to come back up to $14,000 again, and it might get hit with more stockpile at $14,000. So currently, again, the market over the last couple of hours for Bitcoin is just simply trading sideways again. You guys can tell that 13,200 is the support and 14,400 is the resistance area. Okay, one thing that I can see if this current 3-hour bar closes above the previous one is that we're expecting Bitcoin to move higher, but being that the market or this particular bar is not completed, then right now our analysis is just stand by. The market just simply trading sideways, albeit we will see Bitcoin trying to overcome all the stockpile that is currently happening within this range. Okay, but our analysis is just stand by for Bitcoin. I'm gonna move it to a 1 hour bar real quick. So definitely, if this 1 hour bar as well, just like with the 3 hour bar, closes above the previous close, we're expecting Bitcoin to move higher. Okay, and currently we are definitely getting a lot of strength on Bitcoin at this time, so it's very probable that it can move up to at least $14,000. Okay, but we just cannot give you the definitive analysis that we're forecasting in to move higher at this time. So now let's go to Ethereum. So Ethereum is up 0.05%. Last trade was $1,312.50. Daily price bar for Ethereum. The market just simply trading sideways. Currently, 1250 is the support, all the way back up to and around $1,400 is the resistance for Litecoin. I'm going to look at the 3 hour bars. So even on the 3 hour bars, we are getting stockpile in Ethereum around 1320. And if the market participants cannot continue to buy up all the stockpile, then Ethereum will continue to move lower. Market can come all the way back down to 1280 or even to 1260 again. But I can definitely tell you that the market participants or the market for Ethereum is getting hit with a lot of selling at this time. And given that fact, it looks as if Ethereum will not be trading higher in the short term if they cannot buy up all of the stockpile that is appearing right now. Moving it to a 1 hour price bar for Ethereum, let's see what we have here. So definitely we can tell that the market for Ethereum is simply trading sideways, which is a pretty good thing to see in order for them to continue to move higher, but we're definitely seeing weakness on the 1 hour bar as well. So our analysis for Ethereum short term is for them to continue to move lower, and that next area is going to be around 1280 as support, and if that will not hold, then 1260 definitely, and then if 1260 will not hold, then it's very highly probable that 1240 or even 1220 could be the next areas for Ethereum to find support. So now let's go to Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin Cash is down 1.26%. Last trade $2,453.30. So the market for Bitcoin Cash is still trading within that range, 2200 all the way up to 28. The market is still giving us precursors to weakness though on the daily price bar for Bitcoin Cash. Let's see if the market will continue to move lower. So currently on the 3 hour bars for Bitcoin Cash, the market is just simply trading sideways. We are definitely getting stockpile on these 1 hour bars. I'm sorry, these 3 hour bars. The current 3 hour bar though is giving us precursors of strength, but it is coming upon area of resistance around 2480. So we definitely need to see more precursors of strength for Bitcoin Cash around 2480 if the market is going to be moving higher. If not, expect them to at least continue to trade sideways to lower. 2400 could be support all the way back down to 2360. Okay, the market can definitely come all the way back down to 2280 if the overall cryptocurrency space is going to move lower once again. But simply again, over the last couple of days, the market for Bitcoin Cash continued to trade within the range. So our analysis for them necessarily is not changing. So again, we're just going to stand by in Bitcoin Cash on our analysis to say that the market, as we're doing the snapshot, is just trading sideways. We're not necessarily getting any indication that the market is about to break out, but I can tell you that if this current 1 hour bar closes the way that it looks now, then Bitcoin Cash will be moving higher. So now let's go to Ripple. So Ripple is down 0.80%. Last trade was $1.75. So the market for Ripple is still getting hit with a lot of stockpile. The volume is lighter than what it's been though, but sellers are still in the market trying to find support in Ripple on the daily price chart. Looking at the 3-hour bars. So even with all the stockpile that was appearing over the last couple of 3-hour bars, you guys can finally see that the market has given us a precursors of weakness, push to go down bar. So we're not getting any strength in Ripple at this time, albeit we can see support being around $1.70 or even $1.60, okay? But even in Ripple, we're not getting any precursors of weakness at this time. The market may come back up to $1.80 or even $1.90 in the short term, but overall it will have to overcome a lot of stockpile in the background. Okay, so our analysis for Ripple is for them to continue to move lower, and as I stated, $1.70 could be support all the way back down to $1.60. If it breaks $1.60, then the next area for Ripple to possibly trade could be around $1.40, but the true area of support is $1.20. So now let's move on to Litecoin. So Litecoin is up 0.20%. Last trade was $236.88. So Litecoin continues to move sideways on the daily price bars. The market from yesterday did give us a precursors of weakness, but you guys can tell that the buyers are trying to maintain price around $236. Support on the daily price chart is $220. Okay, we are getting stockpile on the current daily price bar, and that's why the market is getting hit and finding support around $235 as it has been over the last couple of bars. As you guys can see, the market came and found support around $232.50. We're just not getting any interest in higher prices at this time for a lot of these altcoins. So at best, expect the market just to continue to trade sideways, and then once the volume for these altcoins becomes bought up by the market participants, then the market will move higher. But currently the market is just trading sideways. So again, the like support is going to be around $230 in or around that area for Litecoin, and then resistance is around $245. So even on a 1 hour price bars for Litecoin, we are definitely getting precursors of weakness in Litecoin. $240 is resistance, 234 all the way down to 232 is support. So those are the key areas that you guys need to pay attention to. At this time, the market is definitely giving us precursors of weakness, so it's more likely that Litecoin will move lower to find support first, and we're looking for $234 to possibly even lower than that, 232 or even 230. Okay, so now let's go on to Dash. So Dash is down 1.75%. Last trade $971. So the market currently throughout the trading day was able to move higher, but as you guys can tell, the sellers are definitely taking advantage of all the interest in higher prices at this time. Looking at the 3 hour bars for Dash, is definitely in a downtrend. A lot of stockpile is on Dash at this moment as well. That's why we're continuing to move lower, and $960 is that support area. This is where we need to continue to get precursors of strength, and we do not get precursors of strength bars around 960 as we're currently getting now, then Dash will continue to move lower. Then the next area is going to be 940. The market is getting hit with a lot of stockpile in Dash at the moment. Okay, so the first area you need to look at is 960 to find precursors of strength bars, and if not that, then the next area is going to be 940 or even 920 once again. Okay, so given the amount of stockpile that we are seeing on the 3-hour bars, it's highly likely that Dash will continue to move lower to find support first. And we told you guys those price areas, so pay attention to those price areas for Dash to find support. Resistance is going to be around 980, even all the way back up to $990. Okay, so pay attention to that as well. So for Dash, our analysis is for them to move lower, and it might come all the way back down to 930 to these lows here, around $940, or even lower than that. So now we are moving on to NEO. So NEO is up 21.81%. Last trade was $191.75. So the market throughout the trading day did move lower for NEO, but as you guys can tell, interest and higher prices is still there for NEO, and we're forecasting them to continue to move higher. And it seems as if every day NEO is making all-time highs on BitFinex. So we received stockpile on this particular bar, and the market did move lower, but as you guys can tell, the market participants are still interested in price around $190 towards $195. So if this current 1-hour bar closes above this previous close, then expect NEO to continue to move higher, but only slightly, because we do have a lot of volume appearing on these last 2 completed 1-hour bars. So we definitely know that selling is occurring in NEO as it tries to trade above $192. So you have to be real cautious right now if you think that Ethereum is going to be moving higher, because as I told you guys earlier, it's getting hit with a lot of selling right now. But looking on the daily price chart for NEO, the market is definitely looking for higher prices. Resistance, it is getting hit with stockpiles, so we might have a couple of hours or even a couple of days to where it's going to take a break and trade sideways, and maybe even a little lower. So you guys want to keep that in mind as well. So looking at Monero, you guys can tell that they are up 10.56%. Last trade was $426.87. So even with Monero, it's probably the second strongest cryptocurrency out right now behind NEO. The market is definitely making advancement in price higher. We did get a precursors of weakness bar, but there was buying occurring yesterday. We are getting the results of that right now today, even though we are getting stockpiled on today's bar. But the market was able to move higher, or at least around the previous high from the 9th of January, which is pretty good to see in Monero. So even on the 3-hour bars, we saw a lot of stockpile appear on the market, but NEO still came in and bought it up. Monero, the market participants still came here and bought it up. So the interest in price around $420 is still there. Even on the previous completed 3-hour bar, you guys can tell that it's still getting hit with more stockpile. Okay, so you have to be real careful in Monero as it trades around $435. But if these previous bars continue to close higher than the previous one, then that definitely tells us that the market participants are absorbing all of the selling that is currently happening around this price area. Okay, so this next 3-hour bar, if it closes above this previous one, it might just come back up slightly, up to $435, and then get hit with stockpile again. So you just have to be real careful as Monero is trading around that area. Move it to a 1-hour bar to see what we have. So definitely $430 is a resistance area, so we need to continue to get precursors of strength bars around $430. If we do not get it, then it's highly likely that Monero will continue to move lower. Okay, but right now we can definitely tell that the market is trying to keep price right around $430, and if so, then it will continue to move higher. But if not, the market will continue to move lower, because we are getting these previous bars to close below the previous one. So the market is still giving us weakness overall in Monero. So the last one is going to be Cardano. You guys can tell for today that the market did move higher so far, but it is getting hit with a lot of stockpile. So much, in fact, that it's back trading around support around 80 cents. So this is the 3-hour price bar. We are getting selling occurring in Cardano around 85 cents. So that's why the market is giving us weakness. It might come all the way back down to 75 cents if 78 cents or even 80 cents will not hold. Okay, so overall on the 3-hour bars you are getting weakness, so it looks, at least in the short term, that Cardano is going to be moving lower. Looking at the 1-hour bar, definitely we are getting weakness in Cardano and ETH. So our analysis is for them to continue to move lower to find support, and that support, like I told you, could be around 78 cents and around that area, and then it can bounce higher from there, or it could come all the way down to and around 75 cents. Okay, so you guys want to pay attention to that as well, because the market tried to break through 86 cents or even 84 cents, and you guys can tell that it could not break through 84 cents successfully. It tried on 3 attempts, and the market now is moving lower from there. So expect Cardano to find support first, and we told you around 78 cents to even 75 cents in around one of those areas. But given the volatility in the cryptocurrency space, I always suspect that it could definitely move further than that. Okay, so that's all that we have for today for our daily cryptocurrency market analysis, today being January 15, 2018. Guys, continue to watch these videos so you guys can try to forecast and also see in your own particular strategy where these cryptocurrencies are likely to be headed. Guys, stay profitable, and I will talk to you all later.